Come on.
Because we believe, because you can go to every Muslim, and every Muslim, Shia, whatever. They believe that the Torah was given only to Moses, not to Joshua.
No, this is a stupid argument. How does what does the Quran say about, how does this prove anything?
This proves that the Torah that the Quran is talking about is not the same as the Torah that you are talking about.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry?
Do you know what an interlinear is?
No.
You can buy a Bible that has the Hebrew, the Greek, and the English all together. So yes, it's the same.
You say you can trace it back all the way to the 7th century.
This isn't even disputed. It's not just 7th century, the first 1,000 years of the Christian church, from 100 to 700. There's thousands of manuscripts that are the same as my Gospels and my Torah. Benny.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, brother. How are you?
What's up? So I want to deal with the myth, with the myth about that the Quran confirms the Torah that you have. I want to deal I want to bury it today.
Oh, is that what you're going to do, brother? So, are you going to deal with all of the 15 or 16 texts, or just one?
No. Just so. Okay, so you believe, right? Let's take it step by step, right? So you believe that the Torah is the 5 books, right?
That is the Torah.
Did Prophet Moses wrote all those 5 books?
He recorded what he knew from the oral tradition and what he was divinely guided to write down, yes.
All 5?
Well, there's the mention of the death of Moses, which was probably recorded by Joshua or somebody else.
Exactly. So that's the point.
So you think this is an own? This is how does this have anything to do with proving the Quran?
So this is how I buried this myth.
Come on.
Because we believe, because you can go to every Muslim, and every Muslim, Shia, whatever. They believe that the Torah was given only to Moses, not to Joshua.
No, this is a stupid argument. How does what does the Quran say about, how does this prove anything?
This proves that the Torah that the Quran is talking about is not the same as the Torah that you are talking about.
No, it doesn't.
Because, let me finish, let me learn. Because following your logic is that Moses was buried in the 5th book of the Torah. He was buried. So that means that your 5 books is not the Torah of Islam. So you get it right now? So
in other words, we have to submit to, so in other words, I'm bound by what your idea of oral tradition and textual recording is.
No.
So you're saying that it can't be the books of Moses unless literally every single word was given to Moses. But that's your view of how the Quran works. That's not our view of how texts work. We're not book worshippers like you. So understand, we don't have that view.
No, but you say your Torah is the same as the Torah that you have in right now, and I'm showing you.
Yes, my Torah is the same as the Torah I have right now. Correct.
Yeah, but it's not the Torah that was talking about in the Quran, because the Torah
all that means is that the Quran is stupid. So all that means is that the Quran got it wrong.
Oh, it means that the Torah that the Quran is talking about is not the same Torah that you are talking about.
No, you understand that doesn't prove your position. All that tells me is that the Quran was too stupid to know what was recorded.
No, it means that you are stupid to know that the Quran is not talking about the same Torah.
Okay, then how is it that I have versions of the Torah and the Bible and the New Testament that are contemporary with the 7th century when the Quran appears, and go back earlier to before the Quran appears for the first 7 centuries of Christianity? There's thousands of manuscripts that back up the Torah and the Gospel that I have.
No, what I'm trying to say is
that refutes your point. You don't understand that?
No, it doesn't.
How does it not?
Because when the Quran is talking about the Torah or the Injil, you are talking about different things, and
I just showed you why that's not the case.
I'm telling you that is the case because we say that Moses came with the Torah, only Moses, not Joshua. And you telling me that Moses and Joshua...
No, your stupid argument assumes that the Quran is correct when that's the thing that's in question. Listen, I want you to restate what you think my argument is, and then we'll continue.
Okay, so your argument is that The Quran confirms the Torah and the Injil.
That's the what's my argument right now, though? What did I just argue to you?
You argue, you try to say that the Torah, that the Quran is wrong with the. Basically, your conclusion is that the Torah is the Quran is talking about is incorrect. Basically, right?
What was my argument for that being the case?
Because you have the 5 books of Moses, and you say that's the Torah, but
No. I said, what did I specifically say? Did you not listen?
Can you repeat it again? Just
right. So the Torah and the Gospels that we Christians and Jews have today is identical to the Torah and the Gospels at the time of the 7th century when the Quran appears, and it's identical to going back to the times of the church fathers. There's thousands of manuscripts in the first 7 centuries of the church that align with my Torah, my gospel, and there's thousands of manuscripts that align with the Jewish Torah way before Muhammad or way before the Quran. So when you say that the Quran is talking about some other Torah, that is disproven by what I just said.
So, okay, let me understand your position. So do you believe that the Torah was given to Moses and Joshua, right?
Did you not hear what I said? You're going to restate the very beginning of this whole discussion like we never discussed this.
I'm trying to understand how you see the revelation.
What did I just say? Can you restate the argument that I gave you?
Yeah, that you have many that you can trace it back to the books and everything in the 7th century. And,
did I just say the 7th century? What else did I say?
That you say that you have many manuscripts that you can trace it back to the Torah and the Torah and
what Torah and when? You literally can't restate what I just said to you twice.
6th century, 7th century, it says something about
oh my God, that's not what I said. Are you intention? So you're tap dancing. You don't want to answer what I said. You can't restate it. You want me to say it for the 3rd time?
Okay, let me, because I'm okay. Let me listen carefully. What do you say?
Okay, so think about our position. I know you don't accept it, but just think about our position. That'll help you understand the argument better. This will make you a better debater. Our position is that I can take this Bible that I have right here in front of me, and I can compare it to the manuscripts that existed of the Torah and the Gospel in the 7th century when the Quran appears. And there's unanimity. I can take my same Bible that I have today, and I can look at the thousands of manuscripts in the first 7 centuries of the church and compare that to the thousands of Torahs and Gospel that they had throughout the Roman Empire, and there's unanimity. And I can compare it to Torahs existing before Christ came and the prophets and see the same unanimity. You understand, we use those same texts that Jews used back then. So that disproves the argument that you're trying to make.
With the same language, the original language.
What does that have to do with it?
Of course it has to do with it.
You're assuming that, so now we're going to go into translations. What does it have to do with the point that I'm making? You realize you can buy a Hebrew interlinear? You don't know that?
No, your points have some credibility if you have the original language.
You can buy it. Do you know what an interlinear is?
Sorry?
Do you know what an interlinear is?
No.
You can buy a Bible that has the Hebrew, the Greek, and the English all together. So yes, it's the same.
And you say you can trace it back all the way to the 7th century.
This isn't even disputed. It's not just 7th century, the first 1,000 years of the Christian church, from 100 to 700. There's thousands of manuscripts that are the same as my Gospels and my Torah.
The same. Where can I find this manuscript?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Dolphin hungry. Hungry dolphin. Are you the lover of the previous guy that was riding the dolphin in this picture? Hungry dolphin eyes.
Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I basically wanted to come on to talk about how you mentioned how Muslims apparently don't have the same faith as Abraham. And I think that's just totally wrong because, well, if you see what Abraham believed, he believed in one indivisible God.
No, he didn't.
That's all Christians
No, he didn't.
believe. As a matter of fact,
no, you didn't.
Abraham,
No, he didn't. Can you tell me what Genesis Can you tell me what Genesis says about Abraham?
I don't know how you can square that circle.
So he's just gonna talk past me. So this is what Muslims think an argument is, that you come on and you just preach and spit stuff for like 20 minutes, and then that's an argument. So, how do you know what Abraham believed? How do you know what Abraham believed? I think his connection's off, maybe. Anyway, I was going to go to the point of, well, the only way we know what Abraham believed is through the ancient revelation about Abraham's beliefs. Abraham believed in the Trinity. And Jesus says Abraham believed in the Trinity. And so if that's the case, then the God of Abraham, who is Jesus, and Jesus said God is his father and Allah has no sons, that proves that Abraham is Jesus' God, is not Muhammad's God. So, but we couldn't get it. He apparently couldn't hear me. Logos is the icon of the Father, and man is the icon of God.